Joining us on the How Did You podcast today is Dart's most quintessential voice. It's Russ Bray. You may know him for his iconic 180. How are you doing today, Russ?
Yeah, really good. Thanks, Taylor. Really good.
I'm glad to hear it because you've just got back from the World Match Play of Darts. And did you expect that to be the result?
To be fair, it's always there. It's just what people don't realise. Michael long ago had an addition to his family, a little girl, and if you've got that in your home life as well, your form will dip. No matter how solid or how strong you are, your form will dip, and that's what's happened. So now, once you got used to baby being at home again, and getting back into practicing. It was always going to creep back there, and there were signs of that anyway. So, but yeah, and to be honest with you, I thought the best two got to the final anyway with Pricey and Michael. So it just made it a wonderful, wonderful week and a cracking final. Really was a great final.
Absolutely. We were sat downstairs watching it. The comeback, we didn't expect it. And especially when Gerwyn Price is hitting 9 darters throughout the tournament, it's insane. But like I say, massive fan of darts myself. How did you come up with your 180? Because it's known.
I just wanted to be different. My voice is different anyway. And when I joined the PDC, you had two of the greatest referees that were going at that given time, or two of the greatest referees ever, Freddie Williams and Bruce Bentley. So I was joining them. And I didn't want to be the same as those two. Not that they were the same, but I wanted to be different again. So, you just try, in every way, you want to be different. They wore jacket and trousers, so I wore a suit. They started wearing suits, so I wore jacket and trousers. And then I would change it out a bit. I wear a shirt that you didn't need a tie with, which was never seen. It was always a tie or dicky bow, whatever it was. I tried to change it all together and just to be totally different. And, I touch wood, and 26 years on, it's worked, so happy days.
I can completely understand that. You've got to be different. You've got to adapt or die. But let's throw it back 26 years. If we were to say, who was Russ Bray back then? Was it somebody that was trying to get into darts? Because obviously you teamed with Eric Bristow in the London Super League and you did lots of different stuff. But was this always the plan?
No, I got into this by accident. Where I played county darts, you got the stage there, 2 markers and a referee on the stage. And I was playing county for Hertfordshire and the caller never turned up, a guy called Steve Smiley. And so I said, I'll call a couple of games, help out. I'd never done it before, call a couple of games, help out. Because the other caller there was a guy called Trevor Wood. He lives up Swindon Way now, I think, up that way. Not seen him in a long time. But he was like the main caller with Steve Smiley. So I was helping him out effectively. So there was a couple of other lads that were playing. So we all helped out. But when I walked off, someone said, mate, that sounded really good. And I really enjoyed it. It was a completely different aspect of darts that I hadn't even thought of. Because as a dart player, you count and think differently. If you're going for 86, it's treble 18, double 16. As a dart ref, it's 54, 32. Read the numbers, I'll weigh it up in the end. If he misses it, it's a single 16. I'll weigh it, making sure it's 70. But he won't think that. He'll hit a single 16, I think double 8. That's how a player thinks. Ref has to think different. But I really, really enjoyed the aspect of it. You then had the break-in darts with a split with the PDC and the BDO. And at the time, the BDO were dishing out, if you had anything to do with the WGC as it was then, you was banned from darts. You couldn't play even local league stuff. You just couldn't do anything. Well, I'm not a political person. I'm not that way inclined. And certainly even more so in sport. I paid to do my sport, So at the end of the day, I think, for someone to say, well, you can't do that, or you can't play on that dartboard in that pub, I'm not a fan of that sort of thing. And I was asked by the PDC if I was interested in being a reserve referee. And after a few years calling it accounting, I thought, wow, that's amazing. I said yes. And I went to Blackpool in 96, match play. Called on the Sunday night, although they didn't record it live in them days, they recorded it and they went live on the Monday. So consequently, I called on the Sunday night. My first game had John Lowe in it, first man to hit a 9-darter, and my second game had Paul Lim, who was the second man to hit a 9-darter on TV. So, and the first one in the World Championship, of course. And walked off the stage there, the tournament director, Tommy Cox, bless him, sadly passed now. turned around and said to me, he said, we're not having a reserve referee, we're having 3 referees. Welcome to the PDC. And, I've gone onwards from there.
Yeah, that's quite a story. And throughout that, you've had lots of different experiences where you travel lots of different places, and that's why we've had to schedule this back. So, if we had to discuss the schedule, what is it like? Because obviously, the World Match Play was in Blackpool, but there's times that you're in like the Netherlands, Germany, all different places, even Australia. How is it traveling for that?
I got back from the Philippines on the Monday as we went to Blackpool on the following Friday. And if you take my schedule now, it just very simply now on the 7th of August, week tomorrow, I fly to Australia for the World Series. So I'm out there for the 3 weeks. I come back on the 24th. On the 1st or 2nd of September, I'm in Budapest for the Pro Tour. The following weekend, I'm in Jeddah for the Pro Tour. The following weekend, I'm in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia for the Malaysian Open. And then the following weekend, I'm in Fukuoka in Japan for the World Series, for the Asian Tour Finals. So that just gives you some idea. That's just in a 5-week period from now. I've gone halfway around the world and back again. Literally. So, that gives you some idea. When 2019, I spent out of 365 days, I spent 360 days away from home.
Wow.
Sorry, 300 days. I was home 60 days. 65. Yeah. 300 days in a hotel room. So that's how hectic and that's how full on the schedule is, And I'll be honest with you, I love every minute of it. I love every minute of it. It's a great life. 6 weeks ago, I was in Mongolia. Well, who goes to Mongolia? There's 3 million people that they've got population and 600 at the darts tournament. Covered live on TV all day, exactly. So, you your ratio percentage of dart player per person is massive out there. And it's a wonderful place to go to, And like I say, to go and see those sort of places is incredible. I do the Asian tour. So I think there's only 2 countries in Asia that I haven't actually been to. One's Vietnam, which I'm going to be going out to shortly anyway. And the other one's Indonesia. The rest of them I've been to. Your Japan's, China's, your Singapore's, Taiwan, Korea. It's all through that. All through calling darts, you get to see these fantastic people taste of fabulous food, which I really do love. I love me food, and I love trying different food. Even when we went to South Africa, different food out there, and it's just amazing, amazing. Very lucky guy. I'm a very lucky guy.
What's it like being away from home? Because obviously you've got that commitment and you're surrounded by people that you've now got to know. But with the darts, it must be a completely different group of people because they're not your family, but they are your darts family. Are people different behind the scenes?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like the players. What you see on the stage isn't necessarily the player or the person. They go on the stage there, their whole persona changes. They go into win mode. The player that they're playing against is up there to take a dinner off their table. So, you're going to go into win. Going Price, prime example. You see the aggression off the stage, off that stage. Seriously, he's a lovely, lovely lad. He's a great kid. Michael, giving them all that. Lovely lad off the stage. They all are. They all are. Everything changes. Me travelling away, if I go to Australia, I've got 1,000,001 friends out in Australia. I can stay anywhere I like out there, stay with people if I want to. I don't necessarily do that. I prefer to be in a hotel. But I've got places I can go to, and the people out there, we meet up, we go and have a drink, go and have a meal and things like that. It's fantastic. It's amazing. I'm geared up to travel. I'm totally geared up to travel. I've got 2 suitcases here. One's packed already with PDC shirts for my next tournament. So PDC shirts, pants, socks, all your essentials. Wash bag that's full up with all the bits of razors. Well, I've used one at the moment, but razors, everything. So I'm all geared up to travel. I've even got a fire stick. I've even got my laptop and me tablets that are downloaded films on that I want to see and things like that. So I am totally self-sufficient when I go away. So I've got all the comforts of home, but not actually staying at home, if you see what I mean. And it's brilliant. It's a brilliant way of life.
You kind of live the nomad lifestyle. Like you can be wherever you want to be at any point. But I guess that's what happens with darts. Because, like I say, the amount of competitions going on is crazy. But with darts, we spoke about kind of how players see it compared to how refs see it. With the maths, how did you become so good at maths? Was this something that was always planned? Like, did you plan to be good at maths, or was it something that you struggled with as a kid, or something like that? I don't know.
No, I enjoyed maths at school as a subject. Used to do all the extra curriculum with it. You know, some of the kids would go out playing over playtime, but we had a teacher there, Bomber Brown, we called him, teacher there that would teach extra maths. And I enjoyed maths, equations and all that type of thing, algebra, anything like that. And I really enjoyed it. So odd times I used to sit in and do the extra lessons, only because I enjoyed maths. I mean, I never expect to be doing what I've done for the last 20 odd years. So, that wasn't even a consideration in my head. But it's it's something I enjoyed. Even now, I enjoy maths, Sudokus and things like that. They're fun to do. Keeps your brain active as well.
Yeah, I can completely understand that because you are in a sport and you are quite active in said sport. Like you say, you made your debut in the 1996-1997 World Championship. But other than that sport, which is darts, do you enjoy any sports that are outside of darts or anything like that?
Golf. Love me golf. Absolutely love me golf. And I'm generally out with 1983 champion of the world, Keith Deller. Funny enough, I'm seeing him in about an hour's time. We're going up to Ipswich. He's a massive Ipswich fan, and I live 20 minutes from him. So we go up and do a lot of stuff for Ipswich Football Club with the youth and things like that, and the academy. And so I get to go up there a heck of a lot. Although I'm a Hammers boy, I'm a West Ham boy, so I'm gonna meet up with Keith. But me and him play a lot of golf. I was playing golf yesterday with Wayne Mardle, who's a very, very close friend of mine. We sort of try and meet up maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, and meet up at a golf course in between each other. You know what I mean? So he lives about an hour from me, an hour and a half. So he'll find a golf course, ring me up, right, Russie boy, I've booked so and so, we're going now. So okay, mate, see you there 2 o'clock tea time or 10 o'clock, whatever. And then we'll meet up there, like we did yesterday, around the golf, sit and have a bite to eat afterwards, in the clubhouse or in a local pub somewhere, to do a bit of food. And then he goes home, I go home. So it's, but golf is my absolute passion. I absolutely love golf. I love it. Playing it and watching it.
Who's your favourite golf player?
To say a favourite, I've not really got a favourite as such. But as I say, the normal people that you enjoy watching, your Dustin Johnsons, your McIlroys, and them type of people. I love seeing people at the top of the tree of it. And most, I'm not a great fan of horse racing, but most sports, if you've got the top players or the top teams, I tend to enjoy that a heck of a lot. It's like our English girls with the football. I mean, they've done absolutely amazing, and it's 9 million odd or whatever it was, 13 million tuned in to watch them the other day beat Sweden. Unfortunately, I was one that didn't, but because I weren't in. But I mean, it's going to be the same again tomorrow when we play Germany, which is one of our biggest rivals. So, to watch sport at a top level with the girls at their top level, it's great. It's great.
If you had to choose somebody from the darts current day, or maybe even past, to go into the Hall of Fame immediately, who are you putting in and why?
Who would I put in and why? In the Hall of Fame? Wow. Yeah. I mean, the Jeepers, there's been so many wonderful, wonderful dart players, past and present, of course. Taylor, obviously, would be your obvious. I think, obviously, he's a close friend anyway. I mean, we roomed together for 4 or 5 years in Canada and had a wonderful time at a tournament out there. Good mate. Phil, solely for what he's achieved, I would definitely, he would go in the Hall of Fame. Michael Van Gerwen go in the Hall of Fame, a youngster playing as brilliant as he can do. And Bristow, we've got just iconic people. These are darts. So if you've got people that make darts, you can back, with your big Cliff Lazarenko's, Tellers, these guys, John Lowe, obviously, Jock Wilson. It's a very good question. And a tough one to answer because I've been in it so long. I started darts in 1975, so that's some idea. So going all through there, like your Bob Hanson, Bob Hanson, Dave Wickham, you may not know. These type of people, they were just incredible. They're just incredible.
You mentioned a lot of incredible people, and you yourself have played darts. You've called darts. You've done lots of different stuff with darts. But one thing that people may not know is that you once held the world's longest bullseye.
I did. That was on the North Shore at Blackpool, outside, and they set a dartboard up. There was myself, Steve Beaton, James Wade, a few other lads there, and of course it's filmed, so it's for the Guinness Book of Records. So we stood at 10 foot, and I think my third dart actually hit the bullseye, and because it's filmed and everything done, it became Guinness Book of Records. And Freddie Flintoff's done it now. I think he took it off me. Yeah, as I say, it's another little box ticked. I've actually been in the Guinness Book of Records or held a Guinness Book of Records world record. So it's pure luck. I mean, 10 foot in the wind like that is, to be honest with you, you've got to be able to throw a dart, but I mean, to actually aim it and put it in there, you rely on an awful lot of luck, and I had the luck on the day.
So I'm going to do a little fast-paced segment. I'm going to call it On the Hockey, because why not? And I want you to give me an answer without thinking about it.
Okay.
Favourite celebrity who you've called a darts match for?
Freddie Flintoff, there you go.
Favourite person behind the scenes?
John McDonald. Well, he's not behind the scenes as such, you know what I mean? But Johnny Mack's one of my closest friends.
Singing or playing guitar?
Playing the guitar, Jim. I don't talk in tune.
Playing darts or calling darts?
Calling.
Sum up darts in one sentence.
One of the best sports around.
Funniest player on the PDC Cup?
Joe Cullen.
Biggest sore loser?
Wouldn't be fair to me to say.
Favourite 9-darter?
It's got to be Phil's first one, 2002 at Blackpool.
And I'm going to wrap that up there because I've got a few extra questions where I want to dive into what you just said. What about Joe Cullen makes him the funniest?
I'll tell you what, Joe is one of the funniest guys ever. He takes people off with throwing darts and things like that, the different players. He's just a funny man. His sense of humour is second to none. And do you know what? He's a lovely guy with it, and that really makes a heck of a difference. If you're a funny guy and a lovely guy with it, and I'll tell you what, he's one hell of a good dart player as well. So he sort of ticks all the boxes there. He's a complete package. But Joe he's just a funny guy.
If you had to choose a walk-on song in this present day, what would your walk-on song be?
Well, I've got a walk-on song. It's The Boss by James Brown.
What was it like to team with Eric Bristow?
Fantastic. Amazing. It's the beauty was I worked with Eric for many years afterwards, after I finished playing darts as myself, and worked with Eric, virtually up until the day he died, sort of thing. Lots of stuff. Been on holiday with him. We went out to Prague a couple of times. We used to do all sorts. He's a wonderful guy because he's so iconic. Probably because he is the biggest known dart player ever. And I include Phil in there. But Eric, if you mention darts to someone who don't play darts, they will say Eric Bristow. Current day, probably more so Phil Taylor, but mainly everyone will say Eric Bristow. He's known by everybody. To actually team up and play with him, play pairs with him, was a dream come true. He was on a plane coming back from Canada, been out to the Canadian Open. I sat alongside him. I roomed with Jamie Harvey. He roomed with Mike Gregory. And they had doors was adjoining. So, of course, the door was open. So he was in and out each other's rooms with the beers and chatting and all sorts. And that's where I really got to meet Eric. And on the plane coming back, he said to me, "You in Norway next week?" Because that's where the next tour was. I said, "No, I don't think so." He said, "Well, if you are, I'll play pairs with you." So I raked the money together and got a flight out to Norway, met up with Eric, roomed together, and played pairs, won it, walked away, and had an absolutely amazing time. Become great friends from then on. So to be friends with, the greatest name in the sport, that's very special.
This is a quite subjective question, but I'd like to know it from your point of view. Who would you say is the future of darts?
Well, you've got the development tour and the challenge tour. So you've got a lot of youngsters coming up through there. A few years back, you had a young lad called Leighton Bennett, who I thought was going to really, really push hard and come in on the scene. He just seems to have lost his way a little bit at the moment. But I'm sure, again, he'll bounce back. He's 16, so 15, 16 years of age, so he really is a kid within the game. I've got to be honest, I don't really follow the development or challenge tour as such. All of a sudden, someone will come in on the main tour or someone will come through. But what you've got to realise, Michael's still in his 30s. Wadey ain't hit 40 yet. And you think, wow, these Gerwyn Price is only 34, 35. Do you know what I mean?
Dimitri's quite young.
Dimitri's young. So there's four guys up in the top 10 there. We mentioned Joe Cullen. These guys are not even hit 40 yet or virtually mid-30s. They're your future. Phil went on to 56, 57 years of age. So if you look at that, they're the next 20 years. These guys, and it's for as long as they want to do it. But they're your future.
If we were to look a tiny bit forward towards the future, but not too far, who do you have winning the World Championship this year?
It's hard to sway away from MVG, Gerwyn Price, Dimitri. Normally, someone has a good run in the Worlds, so they can do a bit of damage early doors. I would love to see Michael Smith win something, get that monkey off his back. I think if he wins one tournament, one major, he'll win 2 or 3. He'll get that. He'll get that off his back. He's always got a great chance, just solely because Harry throws. He's if he's hitting the groove, wow, he's one heck of a dart player to beat. If he's wobbling, then that's where people tend to jump on him. But Michael Smith's always, capable of being in the mix. But to look outside of that, Righty, he's World Championships, he gets a different head on, and he's one hard bugger to beat. He really is. So it's good because years ago, you only had one winner as such, and that was Phil. And Barney might nick one, or like Party nicked one, but it was mainly Phil. Now you can go all the way down to top 10. Have easily got a chance of winning the World Championship. So again, it's a very difficult question. But if I was going to put my money down for this year's World Championship, or what will be effectively next year's, I would say MVG.
Interesting choice. I'm hoping that we'll see your Willie Borlands, your Callan Ridds, and all of those guys come out of the woodworks
Absolutely.
again.
But there's no reason why they can't. There's no reason. They've just got to keep focused. It's all well and good doing the odd game, but you've got to maintain the consistency. Taylor done it for 20 odd years. Maintain the consistency. Michael, all right, he had a little dip in form, but he maintains a consistency. You see what I mean? Pricing, maintain. They're always thereabout. Peter Wright maintains a consistency. And that's what it is. That's what gives you your longevity.
I've always wondered, you've seen a lot of 9-darters in your life. Do they kind of still phase you? Because we had one last week and they came out of arguably nowhere. Do they still phase you? Do they still get you excited because you were a former player?
Not all. You see the 180 go in, or the 180, 177, wow, here we go. Just pray the first dart hits the treble. And, whatever way they're going. And yeah, it's fantastic. Well, Price went slightly different because he went 57, treble 20. Normally people start up on the treble 20. For his 141, he went 57 first. Hit the treble 20, then the double 12. So he went slightly the opposite way round to what people mainly do, you know. But Whitlock will go treble 20, treble 15, double 18 for it. That's his way, you know. But yeah, you still get a massive buzz out of it. A massive buzz. Of course, it's perfection, isn't it? You know, and then anything that's perfect is exciting. It's good for the crowd because you hear.
Have you yourself ever hit a 9-darter?
No, I haven't. I've never hit one. I've hit 180s back to back and the treble, but I've never hit 8 or 9 darts on the bounce. 7 of the best I've done.
Will we ever see you back on the dart stage? Maybe pairs again with, I don't know, Gerwin Price against Michael Van Gerwen and another referee? Or
you will never see me on a stage like that. No, might see me on an exhibition as a bit of fun. Someone's give me some darts, which happens every now and again. But no, not at all. You won't see me on the stage. Not in a competitive role anyway. As a fun role, an exhibition you might do, but that'd be about as far as it would go. I mean, I am absolutely useless now. I'm not very good at it. I don't pick a dart up. I mean, I'm sponsored by Unicorn. I've been for the last 17 years. I've got darts. I've got dart balls and all. I don't even have a dart ball up at my house. Not at all. It's just, it's as much as I love a game of darts, I just don't have the time to do any of that type of practice or try a dart ball. So, I'd rather be out on a golf course these days than actually stand there throwing darts, because darts is my life now. And it's nice to have a break from darts, if you know what I mean. When I relax, I don't think darts, unless the phone goes and someone wants a job, of course.
I can completely understand that, because you've got to work hard, play hard. I'm surprised you don't have like a man cave like, say, Peter Wright does, where you've got your own area. But I guess, like you say, when you're barely at home, there's no need.
That's right. Exactly. I mean, I've got a decent sized garden out there, so I've got like golf clubs out there, so I'm pitching to a net and things like that. So that's my fun. That's my fun. Or playing a guitar, mucking about on a guitar, which I like doing.
What's your favourite song to play on the guitar?
Probably "Ain't No Sunshine" by Bill Withers. That's a good one to do. Or "Norwegian Wood" by the Beatles. Quite a little tricky.
Very good choices.
Yeah. I'm not very good. I'm not very good. But I think of a song, or I hear a song, I think, I'd like to try and play that. Even if it's something like "Summertime" by Gershwin, I try and play it. Get on the internet, because you can play virtually anything on the internet. They'll show you how to play it. And then just next thing you know, I've spent 2 or 3 hours mucking about on the guitar, and it's lovely. Great way of unwinding.
Completely understand that, just jamming out, sitting there, enjoying yourself. But I want to know, you've got your own app. So what's your favourite piece of technology?
My favourite piece of, my darts app earns me money. So look at it that way. Techno, I've got to be honest, I'm not a techno type person. I mean, I'm a gadget man, but I'm not a techno type person. I'm probably just a fraction too old for real techno stuff, if you know what I mean. I can switch a computer on, I can join on the internet, I can take pictures on my phone. Above and beyond that, I'm really not too clever with it all. Funny enough, my missus was talking this morning, because she's got a laptop that she wants to put stuff from one laptop to the other. I said, well, I think you can plug it into that one and do it that way. She said, but I've got to save it to the cloud. I said, oh, well, okay then. No, I've got no idea. I don't know how to save it to the cloud. There's cloud on my phone, but I'm techno. I'm really not up with that at all.
What is the first thing you do when you wake up?
I don't have a cup of tea. That's my first.
Tea or coffee then? I'm guessing tea?
Coffee when I'm away, because no one can make tea like you do at home. And tea when I'm at home. I very rarely drink coffee at home. Lots of Magners.
Yeah. What's your favourite alcoholic beverage then?
Yeah, Magners. Yeah, I like Magners. Or if I'm going to drink a shot, I like vodka. So,
what do you mix your vodka with?
Either bitter lemon, Coke, or lemonade, Sprite, whatever. Yeah, I don't mind whatever mixes with it.
Do you remember your first game of darts, or when you first threw darts?
Yeah, it was back in 1975. Guy asked me to throw in a team. I said, I've never picked that up in my life. I wouldn't know what to do. And he gave me a set of brass darts, dead straight brass darts. and stood at a dartboard, and I threw them, and after a little while, I threw 60, not treble 20, 60, 8 times out of 10. That's what we said we're doing. So I had a fairly decent high-hand coordination, and that's the first time I played. And we played in this team thing, and I won a medal, won a little darts medal, sat at the dartboard, and that's what sort of kicked me in. That's what gave me the buzz for it. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
Has there ever been an experience where something's gone wrong, and what was it?
What, with darts? What, where I've called it wrong, or I mean, I've got to cross my ears. You've only got to look on the internet there, see how many times I've mucked up. You know what I mean? Over the years,
you're human.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, some people don't think so, but as I say, that's sort of what ducks back to me. I'm not too bothered on that. One of the funniest little stories I've always told was many years ago back at the Circus Tavern. I was calling a match with Colin Lloyd, great mate of mine, lovely kid. Done a show last week in Blackpool, lovely lad. And I made the fatal mistake of not looking. Yeah. I assumed it had gone into that dart. It's gone 20, 19, and then I thought he'd hit the 7 alongside it. So I got 46. He's walked up, put his hands up. Oh, no. When I've looked, it's in the 19, right inside the wire. I've gone, sorry, 38, because I forgot about the 20 up there. Sorry, 58, right? And someone sat in the front. He turned around and said, go to inspect saves, you know, and which was heard on the telly and everything. So it's all good fun, you know. Most of the time, you know, if you do make a little cock up or a little, you know, miscount or whatever, you know, the guys are very, very good with it. Very good with it.
Yeah, I can completely understand that because you are human. Things will go wrong, and you always rectify those mistakes that happen. So
you virtually rectify it. So, you know, normally out by 10. That's what normally happens. You know, someone like me, George Noble hardly ever makes a mistake. Kurt hardly ever makes a mistake. You know what I mean? These boys, they're you know, mind you, bear in mind, a little younger than me. But at the end of the day, you know, mine was 87, sorry, 77, or 87, sorry, 97. You know, but you virtually adjust it straight away. Virtually, most, you know, 99 times out of 100. 99 times out of 100. But as I say, it's
you are human. And if we had to quiz you, how many different languages would you say you know 180 in?
What you've seen on the internet, we actually done 20. But what we cheated on there, I've done this from my other sponsor, William Hill, for the World Championships. And what we done was I had a guy stood in front of me. Now he would go on to Google, yeah, and say, right, what is, you know, 180 in German? And he'd press it and it would sound, you know, I don't know, under tactic or whatever it is, like that. So I'd say, right, play it again. Under tactic. I said, right, I've got it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. 180 in German. Tactic or whatever. I can't remember what it was. And that's how we done it all the way through. You know, it was the guys were really good at it. They were excellent. You know. So in actual fact, yeah, it was a great bit of editing and how they done it. You know.
If we had to think about it and kind of ask you, what area or kind of country would you say has the most passionate fans?
Germany, very passionate. Holland, obviously. UK, obviously. You know, Ireland. Anywhere around there. Well, Great Britain is the best way of putting that for us lot. It's funny because you've got it differs wherever you go. If you go to somewhere like Japan, they're very polite. You get one of those, and it's a gentle clap. You know, you think they're passionate, but it's their culture, their nature. You know, they don't jump and leap about, whereas we do here. You know, and certainly over in Germany and Holland. You know, but they're probably the most passionate. You know, us, Holland, Germany.
Yeah, I can completely understand that because that's why it's hosted here, I guess, majority of the time. But what's your favourite tournament throughout the year? Is it your Premier League, your World Match Play, your World Championship because of how much precedence it has?
The match play is definitely my most favourite tournament. And it's the most honest as well because it's legs. You know, in set play like the World Championships, you can actually lose more legs but win the match. If you see what I mean, because you could win your matches your sets 3-2, but lose the sets 3-0. Yeah, so you'd actually lose more legs but win more sets. Whereas match play, it's just as honest as it is. You know, you win 10-8 or whatever. It's just as simple as that. Plus the venue, the Winter Gardens at Blackpool is absolutely gorgeous. It's a fantastic venue, and it's the time of year as well. It's summertime, holiday time. Everybody's bouncing, everybody's happy, and you get a 100% genuine dart crowd in there. They are, they are full of it. I mean, Gezi, Pricey gets sort of booed everywhere else we go. They're genuine dart fans, They get in there and they don't boo them. They appreciate the 9 dart. They appreciate the 180s, and it's just an amazing place. It's a fantastic venue, fantastic event to do.
I want to know, with the amount of experiences that you've had, what is the one bit of advice that you would give to either somebody in life or maybe a new darts player starting out?
The best thing ever is just enjoy it. Enjoy what you do. If you get up there and enjoy it, it makes the whole concept of it a whole lot simpler. Makes it a whole lot easier. It's you've got to enjoy what you're doing. When you start not enjoying what you're doing, yeah, that's when it becomes a chore. And once it becomes a chore, then this is for people starting. That's when it becomes very, very difficult for you. I think, I've got to go up and practice. Yeah, well, you're not going to practice properly in that sort of frame of mind. Good practice, proper practice. Don't just go up there and throw at the dartboard. Don't just go up there and throw at treble 20 all day. Yeah, give yourself a routine. Give yourself something to do. Maybe say, right, today I'm going to shots out 85 to 130. Yeah, bomb, bomb, and kick off like that. So you do that in a session. Right, today I will practice my treble 20s today. Yeah, I want to hit, 5 180s or something like that. Yeah, do that. Doubles, right? We'll go around the board on doubles, or I will go and practice my main doubles, 32, boom, boom, boom. Make it a specific thing to do. The other thing is enjoy what you're doing, and that's the biggest advice I'll give anybody. You enjoy it, you'll succeed. You look at the happy faces on them boys out there that are succeeding. Yeah, all right, they've got the double whammy. They've succeeded, making the money and enjoying it. So it's a great combination.
If you had to nominate one person to come on this podcast, who would it be?
Della's always a good shout. Keith Della. He's always a good shout. He's a good lad, 83 world champion, 40 years next year that he won it. So a lot of people.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. It's he's good. He's a good talker on this sort of thing. People like Joe Cullen, definitely. You get Cullen on here, he's terrific. He's terrific. But any of the top boys are all very, very good on this type of thing. They know how to speak. They know what to say. And they're all very, very polished. They're all very, very good, very professional.
And I've got to ask, can I get 180?
Yeah, of course you can. Right, you called me out really because I'm right. Ready? 180.
I've done it. I'm very proud of myself. And on that note, thank you so much for joining me.